So over the last 18 months, there's been a real increase in volunteer not-for-profit boards trying to attract good directors to their board. In many cases, they're having a lot of trouble getting the right people. While historically, not-for-profit boards haven't remunerated their directors, there's really good arguments for why this needs to be reconsidered. And a big part of that is the fact that the time commitment, the liability and the risk for directors has enhanced significantly over the last 5, 10 and 20 years. So when should a not-for-profit organisation look at remunerating their directors? Well, arguably, once you've got a reasonably complex organisation, and particularly if you're operating a large business with different geographical areas and you're competing perhaps with a private sector provider, so maybe turnover around $20 million and upwards, you need to start to think about whether it's the right thing to do to remunerate directors. And I see a lot of benefits in that, apart from it being fair and equitable, because of the fact that you're asking people to take on risk in serving on your board and you're asking for their time. You're also going to much more likely get people with the right skills. And having the right skills in challenging strategic environments, such as being posed with COVID and other changes in the not-for-profit sector, is really important. It also helps to be able to remunerate directors because you can set performance standards and expectations and hold people to account. Much harder to do that when people are volunteers. But I think there's an even more compelling argument that's often overlooked. And that is, if you're only offering your board roles to people who can fundamentally afford to be volunteers, then you're cutting out a cohort of directors. And not only is that narrowing the pool, but it's narrowing the socioeconomic diversity and potentially the age diversity that you're going to get around the boardroom table. It's really people who can afford to be on the board, rather than the people with the right skills and experience who you want on your board.